Hi, I'm Representative Roger Goodman. We've reached the end of the 2025 legislative session, and for many of us, this has been one of the most challenging sessions in recent memory. For the first time since the Great Recession 15 years ago, we began the session with significant shortfalls in both the operating and transportation budgets. We also face extreme instability and uncertainty arising from the federal government's actions, which continues to concern many of us across the state. Nevertheless, we rose to the challenge and ended up passing a budget that prioritizes keeping people housed, fed, and safe. And we passed several important bills to strengthen our communities, to address the housing crisis, to invest in schools, and to keep our economy strong. In today's Good Minute, let's highlight the major legislative accomplishments from this session, including a few bills that I sponsored. One of the most significant bills we passed this year was House Bill 1217, which caps annual rent increases for most tenants in Washington at 7% plus inflation, or 10%, whichever is lower. This is a significant protection for renters in our state and will help hundreds of thousands of people stay housed. House Bill 1217 addresses what we call the demand side of the housing equation, but our housing policy would be incomplete without finding ways to make it easier to build new units, the so-called supply side. That's why we also passed House Bill 1491 to encourage transit-oriented development and ensure that more affordable housing is built around rail lines and bus stops. House Bill 1096 encourages lot splitting, which will help add housing density. And House Bill 1299 reduces needless and excessive parking requirements as part of new construction. We also passed House Bill 1163, an important gun safety measure, requiring a permit and more firearm safety training in order to purchase guns. House Bill 1483 reinforces your right to repair your digital electronic devices instead of having to purchase new ones. We protected your access to contraceptive drugs through Senate Bill 5498, and we made sure that insurance companies covered doctor-prescribed mental health care and substance use disorder services through House Bill 1432. Continuing our commitment to fund the public schools, we made an historic investment in special education by removing the enrollment cap on state funding for special education with Senate Bill 5263. These are just a few of the more than 400 bills we passed this year. I'm proud of the work we were able to accomplish together. I serve as chair of the House Community Safety Committee, and I focus most of my time and energy on policies related to public safety and the justice system. I sponsored and passed several bills to improve and modernize our criminal legal system, to support victims of crime, and to protect the public, including House Bill 1028, which allows for therapeutic interventions with children who are traumatized as witnesses to violence, especially domestic violence in the home. House Bill 1131, which expands the State Clemency and Pardons Board, allowing for more incarcerated individuals who have served very lengthy sentences to seek commutations or pardons in the interest of justice. House Bill 1119 reduces supervision time for good behavior in the community after release from prison or jail. It's a very effective tool to reduce crime and to promote proper functioning post-release. House Bill 2014, enacted as the companion Senate Bill 5219, expanded the very successful partial confinement programs, which offer early releases from full confinement in prison to support and services in the community setting, a strategy that has proven to reduce crime and foster more successful integration into the community. House Bill 1325 changes the way fish and wildlife violations are imposed, downgrading them from criminal offenses to civil infractions, which has been shown to deter improper hunting and fishing conduct more effectively. As we transition into the so-called interim period, I will be focusing on unfinished business from this session, including expanding crisis outreach services to intervene with people who are contributing to public disorder, suffering from mental illness and substance misuse. I will also be prioritizing the critical issue of firearms possession by youth. Too many young people who don't feel safe, especially in marginalized communities, end up with guns in their hands, which too often results in tragic injuries and death. I'm working to find a way to intervene and support these young people to set them on the right path without needlessly punishing them. While this was a tough session, we still made significant progress towards solving some of the biggest issues affecting you and the residents from all over the state. We couldn't have done it without your input. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for your interest in public policy.